What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm here at Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, Florida with this brand new 2025 Toyota 4Runner that has been completely redesigned for this model year. The trim that I have for you is the TRD Sport with a premium package. And today I'm going to take in a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, powertrain, electronics, and yes, I'm going to take you for a test drive at the end of this video. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And now let's get back to this. And here it is, guys, 2025, newest generation Toyota 4Runner. Now, the first 4Runner was introduced in 1984 and it was basically one of the first SUVs. This was a body-on-frame design that still continues until this year, including this newest generation. And it has almost a cult-like following. It is a truck that you can essentially take almost anywhere. It has the best off-road capabilities of any of the mid-size SUVs. I don't even like to use the term SUV for this, but that's the category that it competes with. So let's take a closer look and see what we have on this TRD Sport Premium package. And let's take a look, starting with the front end. And here, that resembles the Toyota Tacoma because, of course, it shares the platform as well as the front end, essentially with the Tacoma. So we have the high-mounted LED lamps and the very nice design on the front end. I think it's my favorite one out of all of the SUVs. So you can see the bulkier sides with the wheel wells, and you have some air pass-through on the sides. We also have this front end protruding from the rest of the vehicle. Fog lights, front-facing camera. We have the big Toyota logo. I'm just not sure about the snowplow down here at the bottom. I know it's a wind deflector, but honestly, you know, for an off-road oriented vehicle, that kind of would be in the way if you try to do any type of off-roading. Now, I love the way that this particular hood is sculpted. I get it on the TRD Sport, and I don't think it's all of the versions, but on this TRD Sport Premium, you have it. Now, this top trim in piano black is non-functional, but it looks really, really good. And let's take a look on the side of it, because we're going to talk about a couple different things. The approach and departure angles, which are important when you are climbing rocks or when you're taking it off-road. And that's basically the angle between the bottom of the tire right here and this front bumper overhang, which is important. This is how high you can climb without damaging or ripping off that front bumper. And when I reviewed the Honda Passport, the new one, it had about 25 degrees. This one has about 32. Now that, of course, is not including this wind deflector, which would rip it off right away. But that is an important feature if you are planning to take it off the beaten path. And of course, if you raise it up, that's going to increase that. But before we move to the side of this vehicle, let's take a look and see what powers it up. Following the Tacoma trend, we have the same powertrain on the brand new 4Runner, and the base one is a 2.4-liter four-cylinder turbocharged engine with 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's available as a rear-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive, which we have on this one. Now, it still has the prop stick, so it doesn't have the hood struts on the side, but it has some sound insulation underneath here, and we're definitely going to check out the quietness of it at the end of this video. And as we make our way on the side of this vehicle, let's talk about the gas mileage. So we have 19 in the city, 25 on the expressway, 23 is the combined number for this four-wheel drive vehicle. 195 is the total length of this vehicle. 78 is the width. 73 to 74 is the height, depending on the trim. We have 9.3 inches of ground clearance. And here's one super important thing. That's what differentiates this between other SUVs of this size. I believe that this is the only mid-size SUV that still has the body-on-frame construction. Now, there are certain advantages of it. It's more rigid, it's more durable, and therefore you can take this vehicle off-road without worrying about bending the frame. Basically what it is, that underneath here sits a frame of this vehicle, and the engine is mounted to it, the suspension is mounted to it, and then the body, which is the box on top where the passenger sits, is mounted onto the frame. Majority of the new vehicles have the body and chassis combined into one unit with some reinforcements around where the suspension is mounted, where the engine is mounted. But that gives you a better ride quality. It also is a little bit lighter, so it gives you a better gas mileage, but it will never give you the same off-road capabilities as this one will. So with that said, let's take a look and see what we have as far as the wheels and tires. This one has the TRD wheels, 20-inch in size. 265 by 55 is the size of the tire. I like the bulkiness of it. I like the design that resembles the previous generation 4Runner, which so many people loved. And now let's take a look. The side steps are not part of the package. They're added option. Mirrors have the side view camera, turn signals, and the blind spot assist in it. Now, we don't have the proximity entry system or the door handle, so even though the key is on me, I can't unlock it without actually pressing the button. And this is the new Toyota remote lock, unlock, hold for the gate, panic button, and that's what you have. You have the black trimming around the windows. We also have the piano black roof rack, so that's the complete package. Now the crossbars have been added to it, and the TRD Sport is the package. Side steps, crossbars so far on the outside. Those are the extra options, and let's take a look and see what's going on here in the back. And just like this, I flipped the lights on, so let's take a look and see what's going on. So these are all LEDs, including the turn signals. I like the design of it, kind of the smoked design of the tail lamps, but overall the shape of it remains very close to what we've seen before. I like that the Toyota is stamped right here. Also, we have the rear view camera, we have the lock and unlock feature. And down here at the bottom, we have 4Runner that's spelled out. As you can see, the spare tire is mounted underneath here. We have the tow hitch with 6,000 pounds towing capacity. We have the 4 and 7 pin connector, some parking sensors here in the back. But I also like that this glass also rolls down just like it did on the previous generation. And some people, so many people love that feature. Let's see if we can actually get this thing open. Well, let's hit this button right on the remote and let's see what we have. So as far as the cargo space, on this non-hybrid two-row model, we have 48 cubic feet of cargo space. So if you're not looking to carry passengers in the back, we're not looking to have the hybrid, this is the most cargo space that you'll have. Now, with the hybrid models, the batteries are going to be right here, taking up some of that room. With the third row seat models, we're only going to have about 12 cubic feet behind the third row seat. That also reduces the amount of room that we have with the third row seats, folded down to about 44 cubic feet. So slightly less than this one. As you can see, they're molded for the third row seats. All of them are, but this one doesn't have it. We have the AC 120 volt, 400 watt stereo. And then we have some illumination both right here and at the bottom. This is pretty good as far as cargo, man. I'm impressed. We have the all-season mat right here. Okay, is there anything underneath here? No, just the cargo hooks down here. We have the Toyota first aid kit, and as I mentioned, you can fold down these sheets and you're going to have over 90 cubic feet of cargo space if you do. Unfortunately, you can't even reach it from here, so you're going to have to go on the inside and do that. Now, this particular one doesn't have the sunroof, so it looks like it's got tons of space. Now, let's check it out and see what's going on in the passenger area. Well, let's see how I'll fit in this vehicle in the back seat. Well, not bad at all. About 2.5 inches of headroom, plenty of shoulder room, and I'm not touching the front seats. Now, I just recently reviewed the Honda Passport, and I know a lot of people compared the two vehicles. So Honda Passport had more room here in the back, both headroom and knee room right here. As far as the shoulder room, yeah, it felt a little bit more as well. So depending on what you need the vehicle for, again, this is not cramped by any means. Let's see what's going on, starting with this rear door panel. So we have the soft touch as far as the armrest. Everything else is the hard touch plastic materials on it. We have the cup holders, a little bit more storage in here, one speaker here and speaker up on top. This is part of that premium package JBL 14 speaker system that we have. And then on the inside, we have the synthetic leather, looking and feeling really, really good. So there's no taking points away for that. I think that both real leather and the synthetic leather are good combinations. With the cup holders in that center armrest, we have a slight bump, not huge, but slight bump right here in the middle. We have the back seat vents, USB Type-C ports, and another regular household power outlet. And then both driver and passenger seats have some seat back storage, and of course we have the grab handles to help you get in and out of the vehicle. And of course, let's take a look what's going on in the passenger compartment right here, starting with this front door panel. Let's see if there's any differences. That's still hard plastic. Kind of wish that they used a bit more softer material. That's better for sound dampening as well. But we have the soft touch on the armrest, window mirror, lock control, 2 memory seat settings, more storage right here, TRD, JBL, more storage right here at the bottom, illumination at the bottom of the door as well. Now both seats, driver and passenger, have several power adjustments. This includes back and forth. Now we have the up and down on here, and we have the lumbar support, nicely sculpted, good and comfortable. We're going to see if they're heated and ventilated just a little bit. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, you have the headlight adjustment, so it depends on if you're towing something and your front end goes up, you can adjust the headlights so they don't blind people in front of you. I wish actually more people took advantage of it. Now we have the dimmer. This is your gas tank release gate opener right here. You can turn on that rear AC 120 volt power, turn off your traction control, and you turn on your automatic lights. As you can see, there's a bunch of blank buttons right here, so you can use like auxiliary lamps, light bars, etc. on this vehicle as well. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. This is power. Down here at the bottom you have the aluminum with rubber as far as the pedals. And let me jump inside. I'll show the rest of this cool interior. Now, one thing that we don't have here, this is just an opening. On the higher trim levels, you can get the light pod, which you'll open and take out, and you can light up your campsite. However, you do have that removable JBL speaker that the dealer removed for obvious reasons. The vehicle is open and out in the lot. That thing won't last a day. Now let's get this party started. Listen to the sound of the closing door. Boom. That's nice and solid, actually. Here's how you start this car. This TRD button right here. The car comes to light. And if you listen to my Tacoma reviews, I said that this is the thick bottom steering wheel. So if you like thick bottoms, this is the steering wheel for you. Now we have a bunch of buttons on it. So on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, this controls the phone. You have the volume, voice control, and we also have the ability to switch some stuff up in the instrument cluster, which I'm going to show you that in just a moment. We have the mode for the cruise control, main cruise control button, and the adjustments of the gap for the adaptive cruise control. We have the cancel button, and these are seek and track for your stereo system. Now, this is the huge screen. You don't get it for the base model. This is the 14.1-inch multimedia display. Now, let's hit that volume button so we don't get copyrighted on it. And let's see what else is going on. JBL speakers, that removable speaker that I mentioned before, that's out of the car right now. This is hard plastic as well. We have the shelf. Okay, is it rubber lined? Yep, it's rubber lined. And we have kind of this built-in grab handle so they don't obstruct the view if you need to look outside. Of course, we have the glove box right here, decent size. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the instrument cluster here. And a few things on the left hand side. You have a tachometer, speedometer on the right hand side. Look how rugged this looks. We have 59 degrees outside, 9:53. That's the time of it. If we switch it off, you can see the 3 different settings as far as the screen, and you can customize all of them. So hold OK to change settings. And now you can see message, blank, driving support, settings, message, blank, driving support. Now we go to the right of the screen. We have the fuel economy, blank, engine trends, oil temperature. And then we go to the left screen and we can get the turbo gauge, auxiliary gauges, traction monitor, audio, navigation, eco indicator, turbo gauge. So we can do customization of the screen. Pretty cool feature in here. This is all digital display, right? And of course, we have this huge infotainment system, 14.1-inch screen. Now, here's an interesting thing. So vehicle data transmission, it basically says that Toyota's tracking you until you call them and tell them not to. Anyways, little distraction here. But this screen right here, let's see what we have. Navigation, you have to subscribe to it. It's a subscription-based navigation system. You can also use the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Both of them are wireless. As far as the radio, so as you can see, we have the Sirius XM, which we didn't have on the Honda Passport, AM radio, FM radio. So all of them are here. You can connect your phone. Here's your vehicle settings, trip information, vehicle alert, the general settings for the vehicle, Bluetooth devices, general notifications, Wi-Fi display, sound media, voice research, vehicle customize. You can do a lot of that. Lights, door control, boarding and exit, climate, utility. And then I wish there was a back screen here. You can do it right from here. Dealer info, software update, apps, voice search, sound and media. There's quite a bit of customization that you can do, right? We're not going to go through all of that or any of this. What I'm interested in is the rear view camera. Put it in here. Oh, I love it. Look at this. How big is it? Takes up like almost the entire, well, it takes up the entire screen. It's switched between the top-down view, okay, that takes on the vehicle. It's got the rear view camera. Now we have the front view camera. I can switch that on. We have the side camera. Can we like turn it around? Let's take a look. So you can look from the different angles at this vehicle. All right. That's pretty cool, actually. Okay, but you can't move it around like you do on some of the other vehicles. But anyway, so front view camera, rear view camera, side towards the front, side towards the rear. And then we have the trajectory lines, different kinds. If you're in reverse, and you have the auto camera that's on. So this is your camera system. Let's scroll down. Huge volume and power button, big plus. You have the big and bulky dials for your temperature settings. But wait, this is a single zone climate control. Ooh, that's a minus right here. That I think Passport had tri-zone, driver, passenger, and the rear. So that probably is something that you can get on the higher trim levels, but not on this one. This is only a single zone climate control. Now we have the temperature control here, fan control over here. Now these are designed so you can even use it with the gloves on, so big and bulky, right? So we have the heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats, and we have some shortcuts for the front window defogger, rear window defroster, as well as the mirror defrosters, different modes as far as where the air is coming from, air recirculating button, AC button, and scroll down here. Look at this. I think that's what Honda should do. It has the regular shifter. Look how nice it is. Love it. This is big and bulky. Yes, it gets in the way, but it looks so cool. And we have the oh crap handle right on the side. We also have the wireless charging. Let me go in here. If I can show this to you. All right. So we have the electronic parking brake hold. So you have the two-wheel high, and in order to switch that, you push this button on the side. You can switch it to four-wheel drive high, four-wheel drive low. You also have the tow haul mode and the drive mode. So when you press this and twist it, you have the sport, normal, and eco on this one. You also have the view. Well, that enables this 360 view on the camera, but I can't stop it. I can't do anything with it. I guess I can push the pause button and it's going to stop right here, but I can't control it with here. Anyway, so this is what's going on right here on the interior. Two more things: cup holders, decent size, a little bit of storage, not too much as far as the center console. Yes, home link system. Okay, something that a lot of Honda people are missing on their new Passport, but it's here. And here's the push to open. I mentioned before, Toyota left that ability to open up that rear window, and here it is. This is how you do it from the front. And what else we have? No panoramic sunroof, no sunroof whatsoever on here. We have the light control and the sunglasses holder, and we have the visors illuminated. So this is the interior of this 2025 4Runner. Let's talk about pricing. Take it for a spin. We're going to try to do it quick as far as the pricing, but Toyota has 12 different trim levels. So we start with the SR5, and that vehicle starts at $40,770. TRD Sport, $47,250. TRD Off-Road, $49,190. TRD Off-Road iForce Max with a more powerful engine at $51,990. TRD Sport Premium, which is the one that I'm sitting in right now, $52,610. We have the TRD Off-Road Premium, $54,970. Limited, $55,400. TRD Off-Road Premium iForce Max at $57,770. Then we have the Limited iForce Max at $60,200. Platinum, which is the new trim, $62,860. TRD Pro, $66,900. And the Trail Hunter, also a new trim for 2025, at $66,900. So from $42,000 for the base SR5 to about $67,000 for the top of the line Trail Hunter. This is your spread. You choose which one you want. Now, Toyota is also an option-based vehicle. So if you choose the TRD Pro or Trail Hunter, which are the more expensive, most expensive models, you can still add stuff to them. So if you were to fully equip them, you can probably go over $70,000. So we have the digital key as far as the different options on the Trail Hunter. Okay, well, let's add this, and we go to finish build, and it looks like $67,175 plus destination. No, that's already with destination. $67,175. So it's under $70,000. Now, this is a price very close to the Toyota Land Cruiser. Which one would you choose? Well, I'll leave it up to you. Let's take it for a spin. We're going to take it on the road. You know, listen to the quietness of the cabin, the performance, the acceleration, turning, you know, stuff like this that you'll use in the normal day-to-day vehicle operation. First, merging in traffic. No issues. No issues at all. The vehicle has 317 pound-feet of torque. That's very noticeable, especially when starting it off. Well, when I first learned that Toyota is switching to the four-cylinder engine, I was like, what the hell are you doing? I mean, first the Highlanders, the Grand Highlanders, the Tacomas, the Land Cruisers. Now we have this as a four-cylinder engine. But the more I drive vehicles like this, I've driven the Tacoma. I've had it rented for a week twice. And I've never had a situation where it didn't seem like it had not enough power. Okay, definitely it's got plenty of torque. Definitely it has plenty of horsepower. The engine doesn't even sound like it's working overtime, like in some of the old days where the four-cylinder engines were, you know, going really, really high RPMs in order to make up for the displacement. This is not the case. You know, I'm cruising, it's at 1.5, 1500 RPMs. If I wanted to accelerate, yes, it goes up to about, 4,000 at switches, but we're at, 55 miles an hour. easily. No issues here whatsoever. And I have to give it to Toyota that the cabin is much quieter than I tested on the Honda Passport 2026. When I know those videos were very popular, a lot of people asked to see if I can do a Toyota 4Runner and hear my thoughts of it. Well, here it is. As far as the equipment on the vehicle, I think, and the price, I think that Passport takes the cake here, because it's got more features and it's less expensive, you know, dollar by option, basically, if you will. Toyota, on the other hand, as far as the ride and as far as the quietness, is definitely a lot quieter that I've experienced on the Passport. The main differences, of course, and some people say that here, those are two completely different vehicles, and I agree, they are built for different purposes. However, they still compete in the same market segment. They're still a mid-size SUV. Let's see. There you go. See, it was a rolling start, but 50 miles per hour. No question, this vehicle can deliver. Yeah, it got a little bit louder towards the end there. But going back to the differences between the Passport and the 4Runner. Well, the Passport is a unit body construction, which has the chassis and the frame. Well, not the frame, but the chassis. It has a built-in reinforcements to where the engine gets bolted on and the suspension and stuff like this. So it doesn't have that separate frame. Therefore, it is not as strong. So if you are planning to take it off the beaten path, if you're planning to do some serious off-roading, it's not going to be as capable as the 4Runner is. Well, with that said, like if you were to survey people that own 4Runners and survey people that own Hondas and ask them how many times have you gone trail riding, rock climbing, anything like this, I'd imagine that percentage would be very, very small. So if you are in that category that just needs an SUV that in case you have some snow or some rain or go to the gravel road, you can pick either one of them. We're perfectly capable. If you are one of the few who likes to take it off the road and do some serious fun with the vehicle, definitely go for the 4Runner. Let's talk about the different features and what each vehicle has and what the other one lacks. In my Passport video, a lot of people were complaining about Honda not having the XM radio or the HomeLink system, which Toyota has both. On some of my previous Toyota videos, go like, hey, you know, it doesn't have the built-in navigation. I have to, you know, subscribe to it. So Honda has that built-in navigation as a standard equipment. What they also have is the tri-zone climate control versus as a base, it has the single zone climate control here on the Toyota 4, and the seats on the Passports are a little bit wider and more comfortable in my opinion. Now, as far as the ride quality, this is a body-on-frame design, so you're going to have definitely a little bit more of the truck-like feeling, which to me, it's a plus. I drive a 2010 Jeep Wrangler, so I am used to the truck-like feeling. I actually enjoy it, and I would seek out vehicles that have the feeling like this versus the unibody construction. Also, the quietness of the cabin. I think Toyota takes the cake in this category. It is quieter, kind of like the feeling sitting in the 4Runner a little bit better than the Honda. Engine-wise, well, the Honda has the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. This Toyota has a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. This one's got slightly less horsepower, more torque. It's a different power delivery. They're both very nice as far as takeoff, acceleration, driving. Now, I haven't really done a 360 turn in here. I don't know whether I'll have in a room. There's going to be a parking lot down the street, so I'm going to really quickly check out and see what the turning radius is on this. I know it's really, really good on Honda. We're going to see that on Toyota as well. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to have actually enough room to do that right here, but let's see. I'm going to try to make a 360. And got it. So actually no issues here. Now you feel like you sit up higher. Yeah, it's got about an inch more of ground clearance with this 4Runner versus the Passport. And I like the way that it handles the bumps better. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you did, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.